Morning, Mr. Crow. Excuse me.
Leg hurts. Thanks for going home.
Suck, Jay. Oh, Jerry. All right, ladies and gents, turn in your phones, turn in any late work you got for me. If you don't have anything, go ahead and get started on that. Bell ringer, grab yourself a piece of paper. The only question I want you to answer is look at the political cartoon and try to describe what's going on in it. Use your notes. Use what we looked at on Friday. Try to figure it out. Oh, God.
You're that annoying line on the highway. Now you should be in a photo. I just shaved the student.
Oh, yes. We got a bell ready to start on that. Turn it in. Your phone's turning in late work. Take your hoods off. You don't have all your muscles off. Take it off. You know better.
I just shaved the student.
All right. Hey, by the time the bell rings, please be headed to your seat. Be done, be done, be done. Everything you need. Hurry up, you got about less than a minute.
Yeah, less.
Be headed toward your seat. Heading toward your seat. Alright guys, let's get started on that bell ringer. Take your hoods off and we'll take a selfies in my class, please. Love selfies.
Why can't we take a selfie?
Because it's a world series. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, happy Monday. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes and only 5 minutes to answer this bell word question. You got a nice little cartoon. I hope you pay attention because I help you out a little bit. Next, that one question. Try to tell me what's going on in there. Try to tell me who those dragons represent, who that little guy right there represents. Try to tell me the message behind the political cartoon. Let's get started. 5 minutes on the clock. Let's get going. Hope y'all had a good weekend. Monday mornings hit me a little too hard today. I don't know. All right, let's get going. You guys got 5 minutes on the clock. Let me make that a little smaller so you can see that message. Randy, do me a huge favor. Absolutely important, huge favor.
What?
Take your hood off.
You got paid like $10.
How about 10 referrals? Does that sound good? Or 10 emails to your parents?
My hair's been shaved off, almost like yours. So I
You all right?
I missed my shot.
Get your bell ringer done, my man. And as always, when you finish with your bell ringer, turn it in.
I missed my shot. It's like 5,000 in a row.
You guys got 3 minutes left. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Get this done, get it turned in. One question to answer, pretty simple question. What's going on? That one little cartoon. Thank you for reading that for me, Seth. Y'all hear what Seth said? He read it for you. He said, remember, one more lollipop and then you all go home. Think about who these guys represent, who this guy represents, and what the overall message is. That's what we're going to go over.
I didn't read that when I put my thing.
You want to answer it for us, Seth?
No, I'm good.
Sure. Stand up here and take it through it. Take us through the message.
I'll have to stay far. It's so wild.
no, it was like you went thin.
Oh.
What's called a person in the middle?
What's that?
What's called a person?
It says on him, and he's an appeaser. That means he's trying to please. He's trying to keep. About 2 minutes left.
So it's on this one?
Yes. ER. No. Camry is right here today.
I did not see that guy. It was a Nazi drag.
A bunch of Hitlers, a bunch of evil going on all around you. He's like, oh. Who thinks I got this figured out? You still got about 2 minutes left, but who thinks you got this figured out? Does it need somebody to go over with the class? Wanna go over with the class? I'll call you Miss Green. You stand up here and take us through.
Hey, hello?
Good, you did it.
Cool, did you get this?
You gonna do it again? Let me take a look at it. Let me help you out. Yeah, it looks good. What's it doing? Stopping or in some ways, he's not trying to stay. You want to go do it? Food dress, so he can go.
One of the dragons got Hitler's hand. Right now.
5 seconds. So turn it in if you haven't already. All right, ladies and gentlemen. What I need you to do now, I'm going to have somebody come up here. We'll go through it. If you haven't answered it, now's the perfect opportunity to get the answer. Mr. Irakosi, you want to teach the class again? You got it, Pritchard? All right. Come up here and walk us through. Yeah. Walk us through, Mr. Pritchard. So be listening to what's going on and don't be afraid to ask us for some help. All right, listen to Mr. Pritchard, everybody. Remember, if you don't got it down, now's the perfect opportunity to. So, Mr. Pritchard, tell us who those dragons are.
Like, it stands for British.
Dragons? What do those dragons have?
Come on, baby Bob.
Nazis.
Nazis. Very good. How can you tell that?
Because
What's on those dragons?
well, you white dragon, but he's like
The swastika, and that stands for the Nazis. Very good. Now tell us who that guy is in the middle.
Yeah, it's a guy in the middle. I didn't know that. That's the
Hey, let's listen up. What's it say?
apple.
The appeaser.
Apple.
And that's something we talked about on Friday. When you're appeasing somebody, you're just trying to give them what they want so they'll act right. And it says, one more lollipop, then you all go home. So we looked at on Friday how the Nazis had this thing of we're going to take over the next country, the next country, the next country. And all Great Britain and France were doing, we're just saying, all right, since you took that country, that's the last country you got. Go home now. That's the only ones you're going to get. So that sort of represents Great Britain and France and their policy of appeasement. You could even say that's a Neville Chamberlain, that guy we talked about on Friday, who was the Prime Minister of England. Hope we got all this down. I hope we're good to go on this.
Sure, good job.
Very good, that's right. Way works some hard. It does. What's up?
This one, you see that one right there?
No, that's right.
No,
Make sure you got it.
No, Randy's got something coming.
you see that one right there? It's got Hitler's hair on them and the other one as well.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Randy.
Wow.
We should have had Randy.
It's almost like your hair was this.
He's got those, I guess, rattles in his hand.
Lollipop.
Lollipops. Oh, okay, makes sense.
Three.
All right, so what I need you to do, we're going to finish up with World War II. For the start of World War II, anyways. Now, I know we have two more questions to answer on our World War II, start of World War II packet first, but I went ahead and made it a little bit simpler because we're going to watch a video at the end of class, and there's going to be some questions on the video. I went ahead and made you guys a new note sheet. This is paper number 5, Start of World War II, Part 2.
So keep in mind, as we begin World War II, it's just the very beginning. Hitler's already starting to take people over. What was the group of people that was supposed to come together to stop another world war from happening? Stop another war from happening?
What's up, Mr. Strong?
Very
good, Julian.
So they were supposed to come together and prevent all this type of stuff. And they didn't. You're exactly right. So slowly but surely, Hitler's going to start doing this thing, and at first, no one does anything.
And that's that idea of appeasement. We saw that political cartoon on Friday, yes?
Yes.
All right, so where are we starting at? I saw that one. Did we talk about the non-aggression pact?
No.
No, we didn't, so that's where we're starting today. So we talked about how Hitler is taking a lot of land. And we talked about how nobody, especially the League of Nations, they're not doing anything to stop him. We talked about how he took over Czechoslovakia. We talked how he took over Austria. Hitler turns now to Poland, but this is sort of a secret hush-hush. Because he promised the League of Nations that he was done taking land. I need you guys to write this down because this is very, 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 very important. This is number 1 on your note sheet. So Germany and Russia, they're going to sign a non-aggression pact. What does aggression mean? Violence. So what would non-aggression mean? No violence. It's basically a peace pact. Germany and Russia are both going to sign this treaty that says we're not going to go to war with each other.
This is the day of the 11th.
Today is the 11th.
Then we go to the second. No, that was the second one. Was that second or first?
Go ahead and just write down on that first. So basically, they're going to promise that they're not going to attack each other if there is a war. And this is important because Hitler sort of went over to Stalin, who was the leader of Russia or the Soviet Union at the time and said, hey, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to invade Poland shortly. And when I invade Poland, I'm going to give you a little bit of Poland as a sign of peace. We're going to sign this peace treaty that said we're not going to go to war with each other. And when I invade Poland, I'm going to give you a little bit of land in return. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind because we're going to look here in the next couple of days how Hitler is going to break that treaty. Should be number one. Now, I know number one says something about the Munich Pact and all that. Just go ahead and cross that out. We're talking about the non-aggression pact. So cross out that question under number one. So basically, Hitler and Stalin are going to be sort of buddies for the next couple of months here. But we're going to take a look at here in a second why that's kind of strange. What kind of government do they have in the Soviet Union at this time period? Stalin, what kind of government does he have? Communism. Very good. Whoever said that, that's the right back. Communist dictatorship. What about Germany? What kind of government does Germany have? It's the Nazi party, and what kind of government did they have?
Party. Turned up party.
The dictatorship, but what kind of dictatorship? Not turn up party.
Yeah, I've turned up.
Fascism, very good. It's a fascist dictatorship. Communism and fascism, they're complete opposites of each other. They hate each other. And we'll talk about that here in a second. So we're going to skip number 2 because we just talked about the non-aggression pact. We're going to go to number 3 and we're going to look at some political cartoons because I love looking at political cartoons. All right, so here's the first political cartoon.
We cannot see.
Yes, we can.
Number 3.
So we're jumping down to 3 here. So we got Hitler right here. We got Stalin right here, and then we got poor little Poland. I don't know if you guys can see that because it's kind of small writing right there. We got poor little Poland right there in the middle. What does Poland look like?
He's dead.
He's dead. And we got Hitler and we got Stalin. What are they saying to each other? Gary, what's Hitler saying to Stalin?
The scum of the earth, I believe.
The scum of the earth. Is that a nice thing to call somebody?
Yeah.
Scum of the, you are the scum of the earth. Thanks, buddy. But what does he look like he's doing, Jerry?
Yeah.
What is it? Is this sort of like a nice thing to do to somebody, like a greeting somebody, maybe? And he's calling him the scum of the earth. That's odd. What's Stalin calling Hitler over there? What is he saying, Mario?
The bloody assassin of the.
Oh, thank you, Mario. But I appreciate that.
It's Mario.
This guy right here.
Take you to that, Mario. Thank you, Mario.
There we go. All right, the bloody assassin of the workers, I presume. Is that a nice thing to call somebody?
Yeah.
A bloody assassin?
Yeah.
You sure about that? If it's true, okay. But what does Stalin look like he's doing to Hitler? He's doing the same thing. He's bowing. He's greeting him. So they're insulting him while they're sort of bowing or greeting each other. Why is that strange?
They're enemies.
They're enemies, but they just did what? What did they sign? A treaty, an agreement that said we're not going to war with each other.
Basically, what they saying is they're trying to show that they not trying to agree, but really they still hate each other.
Yes. Very good, Miss Green.
What brought them together? Take it a little further. What brought them together?
Number 3.
What are they meeting over? War with Poland.
Poland. There you go. Very good. Nice. So let me break this down. Let me show you why communism and fascism hate each other. I'm going to use my arms. All right, so on the extreme right wing kind of government, we got conservatives. They're sort of in the middle. Fascism is like extreme right, all the way right wing. Communism is extreme left wing, all the way left wing. And if you're thinking in terms of American politics, liberals are like right here. Conservatives are right here. They're sort of right wing, but they're in the middle. Extreme right wing, that's fascism. Extreme left wing, that's communism. They're all on completely opposite ends of the political spectrum. They have completely different views, and they're always going to go against each other. So it was really strange that these two countries who have completely opposite views are going to agree with each other and sign a treaty. So the rest of the world was like, okay, wait a second. Something strange is going on here. All right, one more political cartoon, and this goes under number 3.
This one ugly. It looks nasty.
All right, so the caption under there is they're serving roast Adolf at Joe's house tonight. There's another Dr. Seuss political cartoon. They're eating Adolf.
Oh no way! I like it would taste like.
All right, so what's going on? A lot of you guys are already sort of figuring this out. What is this basically saying here?
He's dead.
Who's who?
Joe's gonna eat him one day.
So Joe is the leader of what country? Soviet Union, Russia. So who's going to win here? Who's Dr. Seuss got his money on?
Joe.
Russia. Russia's going to win out in the end. Got anything to say, Mr. Royal?
Notice the, what's he holding in his hand there, in his right hand? That's his left hand. But very good, very good Hitler hat, which is hilarious to think about. What's this right here? Any guy, the symbol on their flag. You're exactly right. Which hand is it in?
Right.
Generally speaking, which hand is stronger in general? Your right hand or your left hand? Your right hand. He's clutching on to the symbol of his country, right? Just to take it a little bit deeper. Those are the signs of Russia there. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to take care of this Hitler guy.
All right, now let's officially begin World War II. We've been sort of leading up to it. Let's kick it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so it's September 1939, and this is number 4, analyze the invasion of Poland. Here's what we're talking about. World War II officially begins when Germany rolls into Poland and smashes it. And I mean smashes. The entire Polish army was defeated in less than a week. How did they do that? You definitely need to have this down. This is a new type of warfare, and it's going to be the exact opposite of World War I. Somebody tell me, where was World War I mainly fought? In France. Where at in France? What were those things called we looked at?
Trenches.
Trenches. Was it a fast kind of war or was it a slow kind of war? Very, very slow. It's total warfare. Now we're looking at lightning warfare, blitzkrieg. You do need to know that word.
You probably already know that word. I'm still Shaq's lightning and thunder. That's where we get the word blitz from in football, by the way.
The blitz. Lightning. It's lightning. It means fast. It's a fast type of warfare. You're using tanks that we saw in World War I. Hitler invested a lot of money in that. And we saw that. That's how he built this country up. He invested a lot of money in tanks and airplanes. They've got the latest and greatest tanks and the latest and greatest airplanes. It is a fast style of warfare. That's why Germany's able to come into Poland and defeat the Polish army in less than a week. Totally catches them off guard. It's a fast, hard-hitting kind of warfare.
And remember, most of the world did not want any war. They were tired of war. World War I, 38 million people did. They didn't want to get back into war. They were like, hey, let's chill. And all that time, and remember, we've said over and over and over, Germany was treated really bad in the Treaty of Versailles. They were told you can't do this, you can't do that. They were unhappy. And all that time, they're building up weapons. And now, while the world is sitting back chilling, they've been building weapons. And here we go. And it's going to get ugly really fast.
Toward the end.
Towards the second age.
So as soon as Germany invades Poland, Great Britain, and France, they're like, we're out of options here. We got to go to war with them now. They declare war on Germany, and you do need to know that Germany rolls out this new kind of warfare, blitzkrieg, lightning war. It's fast. The opposite of World War I, where it was turtle warfare, slow, trenches. Hold on 1 second. So we good with this? This kicks off World War II. As soon as Poland gets invaded, Germany is at war with Great Britain and France. Can we move on? So I see a couple of guys right, so take your time. What's up?
Poland was kind of caught off guard here. They weren't really fully prepared. Do these guys look like they're ready for war? Yes. They spent a few years studying.
That's good. Never mind. Never mind. You got it. A+.
They're ready to go. They're organized and ready to go.
All right, let's move on. So this is going under. The next one's going on number 5, the official beginning of World War II. So Hitler violates that Munich Pact. We talked about that on Friday. That was that pact that basically said, all right, Hitler, you took enough land, take this one last country, which is Czechoslovakia, and you can be fine. Don't take any more land. He immediately goes back on his word and invades Poland. Does the exact same thing. This is 5. We're talking about the official beginning of World War II. Britain and France declared war on September 1st. So as soon as Hitler rolls up through Poland, it's war now. World War II started. So France is getting ready for war. Great Britain is getting ready for war. Now let me ask y'all a question. Mr. Royal sort of hinted on this several times in here, but is the world ready for another war?
No.
Do you think Great Britain and France are prepared?
No.
No.
America.
America is not. America is trying their hardest to stay out of it.
They're dry.
So just to sort of show you what I'm talking about here, we've got Germany, and this is all the land they've taken. Here's poor little Poland up here gets invaded. France and Great Britain, they've got a whole lot of time to get ready for a war.
Russia has one little piece right here.
That's part of Poland. Remember how Hitler and Stalin signed that treaty right here? This is part of Poland. They're going to split it.
Bottom side. Where Germany?
Germany's here. We've got Poland
The
here.
light blue, Liv. The light blue.
I think that's just to show that area that was taken, that Rhineland and Switzerland. It's a little tiny arrow.
Keep in mind that as we've seen throughout this entire world civilization course, Europe is almost always fighting amongst themselves or with somebody.
Overland.
It's very important as the backdrop here. We talked about the theater, right? Before we started the question, our overall question was the theater, the backdrop, the scenery here.
European
Basically,
theaters, Europe.
people at this time were tired with World War I. They didn't want any more war or fighting. So a lot of the countries that Hitler's getting ready to go into and start fighting, they weren't really prepared, and they really didn't want to go to war first. Most importantly to you all, the United States definitely did not want to get back involved with anything in Europe.
It's going to take a very, very, very earth-shattering event to get the United States drawn into World War II. And we'll look at that in the next couple of days. All right, let's look at some pretty pictures. So this is the Blitzkrieg. So immediately, the Nazis roll in with tanks and airplanes. They're fast. They're armed. They lay waste to Poland. Like I said, the Polish army was defeated in less than a week. Now let's talk about what happens next. So we got wars declared. World War II has started. All right, now let's talk about the phony war. My favorite topic of conversation here. So, Hitler invades Poland. Things start moving. Great Britain and France, we're like, all right, we got to go to war now. We're all ready to go to war. We're going to mobilize our troops. World War II started. But here's the problem. For 7 months, there is no fighting. 7 whole months. What does that give Hitler time to do? Build up his army even more. Prepare. Move his troops in strategically. Great Britain and France don't do anything for 7 months. They just basically chill. So it's like everybody got real, ready to go. They start swelling up on each other and nobody swamps. So for 7 months, it's just chill. It's called the phony war. So they got 7 months of no fighting. May 10th, Hitler makes a move. So 7 months of nothing. Then in May 10th, Hitler makes a move. He takes over the Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg. These are all countries surrounding what big country that's an ally?
France.
France. What do you think he's going to do next?
He invade France.
He's going to take over France. Let's see if he does that. They also gave this the nickname Sitzkrieg to poke fun at the whole Blitzkrieg concept. There sits like everybody was sitting around not doing anything. The Sitzkrieg.
Remember in World War I how they lined up in the trenches and kind of shot across? Think about what you would kind of think about like the Revolutionary War, whatever, guys in fancy outfits and they stand there, or even in our Civil War where they kind of pull out a musket, people are in nice lines and everything, and they shoot and they fire all that type of stuff. It was almost like an organized kind of war. Even in World War I, to some degree. You wake up, you fight, you go to bed, you stop fighting for a while, whatever. In this
is modern warfare.
This
Think
is
of all
modern
the stuff
warfare.
that you've seen in Call of Duty, all those war movies. This is modern warfare. This is where it starts.
With them thrusters,
Not quite.
Anyone that might randomly play Call of Duty, that video game,
World at War,
they have like over 100 researchers that went back and studied mainly World War II. So a lot of stuff in that game is actually very factual,
very
stuff
accurate.
that they learned. Anyway, Hitler changes the rules on war. He was a genius, but it was a very evil genius.
So this is modern warfare. Tanks and airplanes. It's very fast moving. It's fast paced. Nobody's digging down in trenches. It's fast and it's short. Let's get those heads up. Remember, guys, you can use all your notes on the test. Be paying attention. Take good notes. All right, so most of you guys already guessed it, but the Nazis invade France. May 1940, troops moved through that Ardennes forest down here. So France has got all their troops lined right up at the border with Germany. Germany says, I'll just go around back. Germany goes around back, hits them from the rear, it's over. Less than a year, Germany's got all of France. June 1940, Nazis are going to trap the French troops against the English coast. Let me explain that a little bit. So when Hitler sort of went around in the Ardennes forest and hit them from behind, they sort of retreat back to the English Channel right here, and they were trapped. They had no place to go. It's over. It's a wrap. The entire French army is trapped on the coast, and Nazis have free reign of the rest of France. Then the British troops, being the nice guys they are, they rescue those French troops in the city of Dunkirk. So they basically pull out all the French troops. We're going back to England. We're going to lick our wounds, and we're going to come back fresh in about 4 years.
About 4 years.
In about 4 years. So all of Europe, after this, is dominated by the Nazis. All of Western Europe. So Hitler came in, knocked France out really quick. Now he's got control of pretty much every single country in Western Europe. Except Italy. Anybody remember who was in Italy? Mussolini. Remember, him and Hitler are good friends. So that's kind of like Hitler has control of Italy. Because Italy's backing Hitler up. Same thing with Spain. We talked a little bit about this on Friday. How Italy and Germany backed up Spain to put in a fascist dictator. So Spain is kind of like an ally to Germany as well. So basically, Germany controls all of Western Europe. What about Russia, though? What's going to go on with that? What do you guys think? I mean, they signed a treaty that said they weren't going to fight. Let me ask y'all a question. Is Hitler really good with keeping his word?
No.
Well, let's see. Let's see.
The Soviets come?
So are we good with this? All right. Take about 30, 40 more seconds. Remember, concise, good notes. You can use all this stuff, all this information on your essay test. And if we're talking about fascist aggression here, here's a whole lot of fascist aggression. So this is really important information for your test.
Random history chunk. While all this is going on, Hitler's doing his thing here also back home in Germany, throughout Poland, all the countries he's taken over. A lot about him killing the Jewish people and basically certain types and certain groups of people. They'll all be rounded up here at the exact same time. They were going through and just literally killing millions of people.
Now we haven't really, we'll spend a whole day talking about atrocities in World War II, and I'll sort of show you how the Nazis sort of kept this mass murder a secret from from their own people.
I feel like that's something too.
I got this. You ready? See some heads down, so that means yes. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch a video clip. And it's gonna look like it has nothing to do with World Civ or World War II. But I promise you it does. So flip over to the back where you've got this nice little graphic right here to help you out. All right, so y'all ready for the video or what? Seth's over there drumming, so I guess he's ready.
No, he just played for a band. No, he's just practicing.
What band you in, Seth? Is it a good band?
Yeah.
It's the fiddle band.
Oh, that was rude.
It's playing One Direction.
All right, so watch this video clip, and we're going to talk about specific things in here. So I need you guys to be staying focused. We've got the video, we've got a homeless man, boys, woman who honked horn, people who walked over but didn't do anything, man, woman who confronted the boys, and a group who together confronted the boys. Then we got World War II. You got a bunch of question marks there. How about while we're going over the video, you watch it and try to fill in those question marks, because I might have to call on some of you guys, and put it in that information for us. You might seem confused now, but trust me, when this video gets going, you will not be confused.
Tonight on Prime Time, when you think no one is watching, what will you do? Team feeding someone for sport. What if they came to your neighborhood? Waitresses who take more than your order. They want your man.
Are you on the date with me or with her?
Brittany did it. So did Julia Roberts. Plus these women fought in a handicapped spot.
My dad always calls it handicapped.
So this is just previews for another segment of the show. We're going to watch some real stuff here in a second.
How embarrassed can you get just hanging out? Is it worse than the spinach smile?
Have a good day.
A Prime Time limited series. What would you do? Here's John Quinones.
Hello, welcome to an all-new What Would You Do? When you see something and you think it's wrong, do you step in or do you step away? We start with a hidden camera story ripped from the headlines that puts your street sense to the test. We're going to be able to. It's a shocking phenomenon. A sadistic pastime for all too many teenagers. Bum bashing, brutally attacking the homeless. Caught on surveillance video. They beat them with bats. Taser them. And that ball of fire is a homeless person being tortured. These teens in Canada actually videotaped their assaults, this time using a steel bar to the man's face.
So in that situation,
And when they're done,
what would
they
you
urinate on their victim. Hundreds of videos of homeless people being assaulted are all over the internet, fueling even more attacks. In most cases, no one is around when it happens.
Sounds like wet garbage in the summertime.
But what if someone were?
Whoa, something stinks around here. Smelly man. I thought they already picked the trash up. You like this bag, huh? Huh?
Within seconds, these teens in New Jersey are spotted, literally stopping traffic.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
It's a hat.
That doesn't seem to deter them.
Get out of here.
This woman motions for others to help. then pulls off in frustration. Some pedestrians are clearly shaken, but seem hesitant to get involved. Others appear to be mobilizing from across the street and down the block.
This guy's smelling up the whole block.
What they don't know is that these kids are harmless. They and the homeless man are actors.
All right, so let's break this down and try to make sense of this video. All right. Y'all getting it? Y'all getting
Where it
it?
says homeless man on the back.
So who would the homeless man represent? Who said Poland?
Think about the video in
Boom.
World War II.
Think about the video and think about what we talked about in here. It could represent Poland or any number of countries that Germany took over. Now let's talk about the boys. Who do the boys represent? Hitler. And why would you say Hitler, Seth?
Hey, look, America.
That's the main guy who's out there invading and killing people. Very good.
Should be coming together now.
Should be coming together now. Anybody want to take the woman who honked horn?
Is that England? Young man.
Ooh, who said League of Nations? Very good.
Why would she be the League of Nations? What did she do? She just sat there. She kind of made a little bit of effort, like, oh, I'm going to honk my horn.
Yeah.
Did she get out and actively stop it?
No. She totally could have. She could have totally parked, got out, and said something to him.
She just kind of hoped they would stop. Very good.
All right, people who walked over but didn't do anything.
British and France.
British and France.
Oh, I was about to say America. They don't want to
We'll have our role.
Well, America's that guy in the corner that's like totally looking at the sky, pretending like nothing's
Yeah,
happening. That's
we're going
America.
into the store buying stuff.
Yeah, we're trying to lay low here.
What was number 4? British and French.
British and France, not doing anything. What was that policy we talked about today and Friday? Starts with an A.
Word of the week.
I think appeasement. Very good, Stephen. It's that policy of appeasement. We're just going to give them what they want. We're not going to do anything. We're not going to say anything. We're not going to make any waves here. All right, so the man, woman who confronted the boys.
Yeah, we didn't get there.
You guys didn't see that group of people that started to form to walk over there towards the end?
Just making sure y'all was paying attention to that stuff. Very good.
We didn't get there yet.
Foreshadowing.
Village officials here in Westwood, New Jersey are working with us, all part of a primetime experiment.
I don't want any trouble, just leave me alone, all right? Leave me alone.
Will anyone step up to protect this homeless man?
Where you going?
No,
it's fine.
The boys are relentless. And these concerned citizens seem at a loss for what to do and walk off to enlist help.
Go, Bob, take a walk.
What are you gonna do? What's your plan?
This man steps right into the fray.
You know what? It's my uncle right here.
While he disperses the trio, gently nudging them back,
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't.
the older gentleman escorts the homeless man to safety.
I'm Jackie Nunes. You were very impressive, and we wanted to know, when other people walk on by, you went right up to them. What did you see?
I mean, no one deserves to be treated like that. I always step in, and I don't assume that someone else is going to take care of it.
But would people be as likely to step in if those teens were carrying a weapon, say a bat?
In your neighborhood, y'all hit a home run with that bat, man. What are you gonna do?
What the passersby don't know is that the bat is rubber.
Sorry, don't hit my neighborhood. Hey! What the hell are you guys doing? Bring him home.
While he heads off to call the cops, as police recommend, this woman charges in. That or not.
You're trying to get him out of here.
That's a human being standing there.
That's a human being?
That's a piece of
That's
trash.
a human being?
Yes, it is. Your behavior's
Get out of here.
You get out of here. Put that back down right now.
Clearly, these dangerous kids have met their match.
Get going, or I will call the police.
We're not going anywhere.
You're not my mother.
No, I'm not your mother. Your mother would be ashamed of you right
Would
now.
she?
Yes.
And you know my mother?
She would. You're standing there with a bat.
Do you know my mother?
I thought people
more afraid to step in because it did become bad.
But you know, that signaled that it was in fact an emergency. And it made it crystal clear that action had to be taken.
Carrie,
All right, let's cut it out right there. So we got the man and woman who confronted the boys, and those are the two that started talking to them at the beginning, and then we got that whole group at the end. So who are going to be the man and woman that confronted and actually did something about it? Who could that be? I would say France and Great Britain after Germany invaded what country?
France.
Poland. Very good. Whoever said Poland, very good. When they actually declared war. But then we got that 7-month period where they're not doing anything. France and Great Britain after Germany invaded Poland.
That's a perfect example. Absolutely perfect. When the bat came out, it was like, oh, it's an emergency. I have to do something. Great Britain and France kind of set back, and then they invade Poland, and now they're like, you know what? Yeah, we have to do something.
We got to do something now. It's an emergency situation. All right, guys, we'll get that last one tomorrow for bell work. Pack your stuff up. Make sure you got your name on here. Take this with you.